Everybody knows that I'm breaking down. Everybody knows I ain't faking now. Everybody knows my heart's vacant now. Yeah, she hates me now, I made mistakes, but now I don't ever wanna be alone. I don't really ever feel at home. On my own, in the zone, that's the only way I know. Feeling low, about to blow back up. Here I won't ever let the doubt creep in. Gotta pop a couple more aspirin. I don't think I'll ever let you in. Easier to break it off as friends. I don't really understand myself. I don't really understand, need help. I don't wanna be left on the shelf. Couldn't even hear me if I yelled. It's so cold outside, I'm alone, I'm alright. It's so cold outside, I'm alone, I'm alright. It's so cold. Break down, always feel like I could break now, but I never let it take me to that place now. I won't ever let my thoughts get away now. I got better things to do, picking fate now. I just wanna be the best, call me great now. I don't know if I'm okay or insane now. I remember better days on the playground, hoping I can find my way to even when I'm feeling down, I fight. Even when I don't know what is right, I'ma pick a side and I'ma take pride. I will decide my fate and I will never let them tell me who I am. If you try to shake me, I'll be damned. Planet on the ground is where I stand. Never give up, that was always the plan. It's so cold outside, I'm alone, I'm alright. It's so cold outside, I'm alone, I'm alright. It's so cold.
Hello guys, Bulldog.
Match found.
Ladies and gentlemen, I've got an absolutely amazing treat for you today. Many of you enjoy my AI chess videos where I cover games by the worst chess bots like Martin or ChatGPT up to the best chess bots like Stockfish or more recently Torch. Torch is a new chess bot that chess.com is in the process of developing and is played some unbelievable games, including the one that I'm going to show you in this video. Normally I cover like 5 Torch games in a video. I'm just gonna cover one, and you are going to learn at least 5 things from this game. Normally when bots at 3500 play chess, we just watch. It's like zoo animals. We don't understand anything. But this game is actually an amazing game to learn from. It was one of the most high-level AI games that I've ever seen that I understood. So, I'm gonna show you the game, but first, I'm not gonna have a sponsor segment here. I'm just gonna say thank you. because this book comes out tomorrow. It's October 23rd, 2023 right now. Maybe it's like 2027 when you're watching. And my book comes out tomorrow. And I've got 2 towers back there behind me, and it's also, there's one resting on the top. I also have a huge poster board. In case you can't tell, I'm super proud of it. I think it's gonna transform the way chess is learned in written form for new and rising players. It's the first chess book in history that has QR codes, and over 20,000 of them have been pre-ordered by you. So if you're lucky enough to catch this video in the first couple of days that it's out, I'm doing 3 live fan events in New York City. If they do well, go to chess. Let me see in the comments. I want a big thread in the comments of all of the Aussies that play chess.
मिनट पे आगे
Where?
अरे अरे यार ये जेट भाई
भाई इनकी रेल what the hell?
नाइस इधर इधर रहना है रहना का मैं देखता हूँ उधर ही बैठा है उधर ही बैठा है अरे भाई कवर दे फिनिक्स तू भी मर गया
अरे मैंने देना
मार मार मार
रेल में 45
फिर
भाई सारे
ठीक है
अपनी रेन में कोई कर दिया उसने अरे यार साइड से आ रहे हैं अभी
अरे मारो भाई मारो 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 घंटा मारता है भाई
अरे
हेलो वेलकम
थैंक यू रेना थैंक यू
अरे यार ये प्लीज भाई
आई रेना चलो कर कुछ कर
वो पूरा अंदर मार फिनिक्स मार नाइस।
अरे दोनों तरफ
आप कौन
अरे
से
भाई।
साइट बता रहे थे बोल
आ गया।
रिक्वेस्ट की बात कर रहे हो?
इंस्टॉल कर रहे ना, कुछ कर ले।
फ्री स्किन्स की ना?
अबे यार वन टैप मार। अबे रेना बॉडी ब्लॉक।
ये लॉन्ग पे नहीं खेलते, एक काम करते हैं इनके साइड पे। अरे मार भाई,
तीन
ये
हो गए।
को मार, दिमाग खराब। 3 लोग मर गए और भी सारे डुएलिस्ट। ए
या
इधर
दिख
इधर
रहा है भाई, 500 लेवल है।
चल 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 चल। अरे हर जगह
ओह
फिर से डीसी हो गया? क्या चल रहा है?
है। अबे ये बैंगेबल नहीं है यार। होता है।
Support the live events. One is already sold out. Check out the book for Christmas. Just thank you. Thank you for supporting the book. And I'd like to return the favor with more free content. Like this video. Alright?
Do some more
Torch was playing with the
practice,
white
chalo
pieces.
ka.
Ethereal was playing with the black pieces. And I took your advice. I'm gonna let you in on a little piece of information. Chess computers play games against each other in pairs. Meaning,
Mumbai ka
they
server
play a
laga.
certain chess opening for a certain amount of moves, and then they start to think on their own. In this game, this is the final prepared move. So now the bots are completely thinking on their own. Now, this opening was a Queen's Gambit and a Catalan. This is a Catalan system where white is trying to play bishop to g2 before playing knight f3. Completely fine, completely reasonable stuff. Black has many lines here. One of them is giving this check. Just trying to disrupt white's development. And white went bishop d2. Now here, traditionally, black will play bishop takes or go back to e7 and argue the bishop is misplaced. This is what top-level chess happens now. What happens at top-level chess now? c5, okay? Now, some of you may wonder why this is not played. Actually, this makes developing the knight very annoying. And if you play a3, black is just gonna like play knight c6 and get the knight there in the future. So bishop g2 is played, white doesn't take. Now black does this, trying to play queen takes knight c6, white goes knight f3 to take back with the knight, does exactly that, and now black plays a6, which is trying to prevent white from playing knight b5. Okay, both sides castle, and Torch plays knight c3. So right away, we're gonna learn something here, right? White has a lead in development. White has a lead in development, white has more knights out, white has a very powerful bishop, and white has what is called a queen side majority. So you have more pawns on a side of the board. Now, you could argue this pawn fights.
You install Cortana, do something. Don't go there.
यार मैं
Impressive.
अरे यार
बुलडॉग देख
पे द स्टैंड
क्या चल रहा है
Hey, you don't protect me. Bullshit.
hey
Complete. Why? What?
फिनिक्स नल्ले सीख ले भाई तो
मैं नल्ली लेना तो तेरी वजह से मरा हूँ
ठीक है भागो
ये आइसक्रीम पिछले राउंड वाला ही है मुझे सामने क्यों आती है
तो नल्ला है
वाला मर गया
अंधा है क्या फिनिक्स
तू अंदर मैं आ गया। अरे 0 किल पास इसका से मिल गया 0 में।
You want to play?
Save deep. Save.
For the queen side, like it's fighting for, so technically black has more central pawns, but white has the potential to advance on the queen side and put the rooks behind the pawns. And in general, you should play in chess where you are stronger and where your pieces point. And right now, white is pointing that way. You don't want to go here. That is like not, like you're not attacking the king. You're also not really attacking the center. So white plays this nice move, rook d1. This is such an engine move. Completely losing the pawn on c4. Just totally, utterly, just queen takes c4, free pawn. The reason it's not is the queen is gonna get stuck. It's gonna get very tough to get the queen out. All right. Now the queen's gonna go to b4. It's gonna get hit with a pawn. All right. Then it's gonna get hit with a knight. Like you're just gonna have a roaring attack. So the computer plays rook d8. Ethereal goes here, safeguarding its d6 pawn. Now white plays rook c1. You'll notice it brings both rooks. Another instructive moment. Have you ever wondered in chess which rook to move to which file, right? Do you move this one here or do you move that one there and then wait? Like, should this go? You want to put your rooks where you think the board will open up in the future. I know that's kind of difficult to predict, but this pawn will likely take, and there's a rook and a queen, and this rook will support whatever's pressuring there. The rooks behind the pawns might not. Knight bd7. Now, Torch plays a gangster move. It's a gangster move coming up by Torch. I mean, that's scumbag territory right there. No human, I mean, in a long game, maybe a human plays c5. That move is so ridiculous. I think it's much more human to play like b4 and then put the knight there and try to play c5. I told you, play where you're stronger, but c5 is so disrespectful. I mean, you just lose the pawn. It's 3 things could take that pawn. You're not gonna take it with the queen because then knight d5 and again your queen's gonna have to skedaddle and knight c7. It's a really unpleasant position. So you're not going to do that, but it's just a free pawn. You cannot take it with the knight though, because if you take it with the knight, boom. Now you gotta go back and then I got the same discovered attack. So Ethereal has to go here. Torch gives away a pawn for seemingly nothing. Not only has it given away a pawn for nothing, it's given away a pawn that now attacks a knight, and the rook is now no longer hitting the queen. So this must be like the dumbest move of all time, but it's not, because it's Torch, all right? If your cousin played that move, you'd be like, you idiot, you literally pushed the pawn to a square, it could be taken 3 times. And then your cousin could go use Torch and be like, well, actually, it turns out I'm a genius. I have a question. If you play the top engine move, but you did not know was the...
This poor place, it clings to life. A city after my own heart. Reloading.
Top engine move and you just blundered a pawn. Did you...
Hello. Hola. Hello. Hola. Going B. There.
केजे रहेगा अपन यहाँ से जाएंगे ठीक है
ओपन करता है
केजे सेटअप है केजे इधर है समझो
रोटेट करो गाइस
इधर से मेन से भी आ रहा है 3 लोग हैं
90 रेंज बैकस्टेप 90
तो अब बी पे था रिस्क से हेड के लिए बैठ के 10 सेकंड में हिल आएगा अरे वो बी पे था इसका नाम
बी पे
क्या
आवाज है
है
होल्ड कर मेरे को हिल देता है कर रहा
आजा
मारो
ए
थर्ड
Raise them good even signs. Good love. Forgive me. Saving.
chill guys chill
इनका टीम का फिनिक्स का चूतिया का पत्रों पे क्या बोल क्या
रेज इधर देख लेना ब्रो इधर पुश आएगा ठीक है
There.
80 फिनिक्स
पूरा अंदर मत जा
क्या
फिनिक्स ने हील कर लिया है
पूरा अंदर मत एक काफी है बरम ये आजा
अच्छा
ये आजा
वीडियो पर मैं जा रहा
गाइस ये आजा
केजे 80 लो
Planting.
केजे 80 लो
वेयर
इट्स स्पॉन इनका
Remaining. Gun here.
कहीं गन होगी क्या मार्केट
डोंट पिक उसका है मत छाड़ो
चलो
This is 101 hit.
Okay, done.
बस
Come back from there. Let's go. Fulfill our mission.
Back.
अरे दो
पुश हुआ है मिड पुश टॉप मिड
इजी पीछे चल तेरे पे नेट है ठीक है क्लोज करेंगे तो नेट यूज कर लेना पीछे चल आराम से यूटिल मत डंप कर रुक आ गए
ब्लाइंड है ना
बॉल बैक
है।
वो ब्लाइंड है
नाइस ब्लाइंड लेके पुश कर सकते हो ट्री पे रहेंगे हेवन
के जो मिड है 101 हिट है तुम लोग जाओ
बॉल है
हेवन वॉल करना था स्टेज पे
One enemy remaining.
हेवन वॉल कर दो नाइस इधर गन पड़ा है से
no, no.
राइट पे गन पड़ा है
हां
Gun here.
उधर 4 सेकंड चाहिए तो देखो ट्री है नेड यूज कर लो अच्छा नहीं है क्या नेड हो गया हेवन
आए
आएगा
ऊपर है
नाइस
गुड
We need eyes on the enemy. Tell us where they are.
ब्रो मिडल स्मोक करेगा ब्रो
हाँ ठीक है डीप के बाहर साइड पे चाहिए
डीप जाना
अरे आओ ना यार डबल पिक करने 120 दिया है भाई हेलो
आजा आजा
हेवन एक है मेन पे भी एक है मेन एक हेवन अरे इस अल्ट यूज कर लेना अगर लगे तो
माय बैड 40 में
मेन एक है
नाइस वन अननोन
अल्ट पे खेलेगा मोस्टली शायद
यस आया माय बैड
My knees are gonna kill after this.
गरम अपना वैंडल अपना प्लीज नो डायमंड जो
एक जमाने में
Going B.
रैप कर सकते
हाँ देखता हूँ
शॉट से कवर दो रहा है एक लोग का फ्रेंड
Revealing area.
The top, like, are you a genius? Or are you a genius? I don't know.
Okay.
That A.
30
Torch
seconds
utilizes
left.
the pin. Does not go. Taken.
Enemy remaining.
Cannot take my
Heaven,
knife because of this. And I'm gonna go B4. So if you play D6 in this position, I'm not gonna go B4. I'm gonna take your rook
Okay,
because of
I
my
guess
bishop, because
nahi
of the
hota.
opening that I played.
Get-
And if you play
What-
something like
what
Queen
then?
D6, unpinning
Sound
yourself, I'm just gonna trade.
Team A.
And look,
Weapon here.
What do they think?
फ्रेम वैंडल देना
Backyard scrimmage? Need equipment. Thanks.
शो इधर रिकॉन देना साइड
Keep them cornered.
कुछ किया है
क्लोज राइट
नहीं सेशन कहाँ से आ रहा मैं
अरे फिनिक्स बैठा है बटन पे
Spike down B.
मार्केट रेज साइट पे केजे नहीं है तो केजे मार्केट किल रहेगा
वेट कर
Barriers down. Enemy down. Spike
दोनों मार्केट
हाँ दोनों में स्लो हॉप करके जा सकते
This. How do you evaluate in chess? Who has a better position?
I have the spike.
इधर
Material,
वॉक करके बैठ जा
king safety. But here's something you don't know about chess. Peace activity. Peace activity is the last thing when it pertains to.
Eyes up.
ये पुश करता है मेरा
फ्रंट जनर है ना
Need a drop.
तो वो अपने वाले
Need a drop.
ट्री एंट्री के टाइम पे ट्री अल्ट करता हूँ ठीक है और राफ्टर्स दोनों स्मोक रहेगा
शो मी एंड
तो वैंडल
Need a drop. Thanks. Revealing area.
एंटर करना है
फ्लैश करो तो फ्लैश अरे स्पाइक लेके कहाँ मरा
Reloading.
फिनिक्स 7 है
Who has a better position? Right now, look
सोवा के अल्ट पे घुसना है
right.
जी है
अरे मादर से ज्वाल क्यों मार दिया
Torch just goes back. And Torch is
Sure.
relying on open D file, open C file, powerful bishop. Black has no space. Look at how restricted Black is. Black can't move the queen. Black can't move the.
Time to stock back up.
ये वॉल कर देना था
अरे वाप अरे भाई मेरा क्या गलती तो वापस स्पाइक लेके मर गया था
Need a drop.
मेरे पे स्पाइक था
माय बैड
Need a drop.
तो बस
Need a drop.
मिड से भी चलो मिड से भी चलो
हाँ मिड चलो स्मोक दे दे कभी और ये
अरे अरे भाई
मारता भाई ये सोवा
The rook, Black can't move the bishop. Black.
राइट पे
Move
देखना
that
बैक
rook,
पे
I
टॉप
guess.
टॉप टॉप
You can't move the knight.
स्मोक में
Can't move this knight. Can't move anything.
टॉप देखना टॉप
Black plays rook e8. This is like the only move Black can play. Right? Slide the rook over one square. Now, Torch. Take on c5. Not only does rook take on c5, b6 is not a threat because then white goes here. So first, Torch actually prepares something. Now, what it's preparing, I don't know.
idiot
I don't know. I actually have no idea. Like, is it gonna go queen c1 and double up? Is it gonna double up on that? h6, Black makes a useful move. Now, white apparently is improving the evaluation. Look at that. 0.4.
स्टेम लगा और साइड घुस जाओ साइड घुस जाओ हाँ भाग जाओ
No,
साइड
it's just 0.4. Never mind. It's just 0.4. I thought it was 0.2. That was my mistake. Because I don't want to hide my mistakes. Now, seeing that Torch was... Oh, no, it's 0.5 for a second. It was 0.5. So slightly better position. Knight d5. Now so it got its pawn back. It has pressure on the
can
position.
revive
This is how you win a slightly better position in chess.
अरे
If you look...
यार वो साइड पे घुस गया तो
Check. Charges set. Break.
बी तो घुस नहीं सकते ये कहीं कुछ करना पड़ेगा
Going in. Wait for pick.
तो वैंडल
आ जा रहा है ना कुछ निकाल
There.
ब्लाइंड
ये पुश करते हैं ना
मैं बॉट देता हूँ डायरेक्ट पिक मत देना एक ब्लाइंड वेस्ट आएगा चलेगा
मैं एंट्री मेन पे करूंगा फिर
दो है
है इधर 3 तो है कम से कम। सेटअप भी है किसी का। तेज आज
मेरे खड़े
Enemy spotted A. Reload. Spike down B.
बैकस्टैब कर सकता है।
कैसे चल रहा है? वो क्या मार रहा है भाई?
B-man push. 142 neon.
Player standing.
अल्ट निकल।
I know. Forgive me. What happened?
Oh, advantage है। Slow. X पे ले लो।
Yes.
I'm gonna go pitch. There are some. What the?
गन ले लो किसी को। ये
पीछे पीछे पीछे
हील है क्या भाई?
रेडी है रेडी।
अरे
Enemy spotted A.
गन उठा लो। थ्रो हो रहा है।
Standing ahead.
Even with numbers.
इस राउंड
Remember.
बाय किसी को।
मेरे पे
अरे मैं देता हूँ ड्रॉप देता रिक्वेस्ट कर ले।
है ना पैसा।
अरे मांग लेता अब।
No prisoners.
Push right push.
गन है। वेट टाइम
दो लोग।
अरे यार पता है।
Last player standing.
Look at this position. White's king and black's king are equally safe, but black is restricted.
भाई साइड सीधा हो रहा है।
B6 doesn't quite work, like I said, because there's knight C6 at all times. You're gonna get the rook back at least. So
Last round
Here-
in the half.
If you save, spend it.
ब्रह्म बांधे जान। ब्रह्म भाई बांधे। ब्रह्म
Need
बांधे।
a drop. Need equipment. Thanks.
Thanks.
मिड करते हैं।
You know what to do.
There. There.
Revealing area.
एक कुछ अरे तो देख
क्या भाई?
कवर दे।
स्मोक किधर है?
C7. Restricting black's pieces.
Switching sides. No.
Sage mid देखा ब्रह्म या हाँ ब्रह्म मेन देख ले रेना ये देख ले सुहा
I'm watching here.
इंस्टेंट स्मोक दे देना ठीक है ब्रह्म और अगर बी साउंड आता है ना तो मैं कॉल दूंगा रोटेट
ए मेन पे स्मोक चाहिए ना कि कभी अभी पे चाहिए
नहीं हाँ
कभी
कभी
तो
कभी
अभी
अगर
नहीं चाहिए।
कोई मांगा
ए और
रेना होल्ड कर पुश मत करना
एक आया मिड
से जा बीजा Sure. ए पे क्या
ए पे से टरेट ले लिया उसने
ए हार्ट टू
66 neon 77 सोवा ready to pick
आ गया साइड
30 seconds left.
लो है
हंटिंग
Spike planted.
जेन पे जेन या अंडर
Next one. शेरिफ था भी जुका
शायद नहीं
Gun here.
नाइस राउंड कर रहा है ना
Talk to each other out there. Communicate.
Thank you.
मस्त ना
तेज अभी मत करना
मुझे वेट कर इधर आ इधर फायर करता जा ठीक है मैं क्रॉस कर
See you.
आ रहे
अरे अभी कुछ
Spike down.
गन है उनके पास
Reloading.
लेफ्ट में मॉडी कर दे लेफ्ट
Scanning ahead.
बी नाइस शॉट
Spike down B.
नहीं करना था
30 seconds left.
ए पे जा
बेटा पिक दे
ए पे जा सुबह
मैं
ए
pick
पे
दे
जा
रहा हूँ।
मेरे पे हेल्थ नहीं है
नाइस
Spike down mid.
बस होल्ड करो ब्रिम परफेक्ट पोजीशन पर तेरे पीछे आ सकता
10
देखा
seconds
क्या?
left.
यार कभी नहीं
ये पता नहीं
स्पॉन तो नहीं है
Once more into battle. Nope. I'm not tired. Are you? Yes.
ब्रिम हैंडल्स
I'm watching here.
एक साइड फिनिक्स ऑन वन यार.
ठीक है हिल ले ले.
Smoke's down.
ये साउंड है क्या?
हाँ हिल ले ले.
Now we trade, and we come back. And black here is basically just on high alert. White is going to target weak pawns and weak pieces and weak squares. The way you win a winning position, or just a slightly better position, is by exploiting squares and targets.
B.
Because white has much better prospects, black is always going to be on the back foot. A5 creates light square weaknesses and potentially in the future.
Nice.
So Torch just plays a slight improving move.
Yo.
Slight improving move. And maybe trying to go there and hit this F7 pawn in the future. Centralizing the knight.
अरे बाहर जाके करना.
There's a rule in chess. Bishop for knight trade might be good. Not at all times. So we try to get the knight out of there. Rook F8 trying to defend. Torch plays A4, taking space, controlling the light squares. Centralizing the queen. Always a good idea to centralize. The queen pawn is pinned. And by the way, this was not taken. Because after pawn takes, queen takes, there's actually queen e7 and black gets activity. So instead of taking the queen d4, just centralizing. Now, look at this. Slow and steady improving move. H4. Just taking a little bit of space. Your king does not get any weaker.
Pick your aim, India. No.
फ्रेम ऑपरेटर कौन सी है?
Need equipment.
कौन सी है?
भाई तो उसको सेल कर देगा नीचे.
Thanks.
दे.
मुझे शेरिफ जाना, तुझे पे शेरिफ जाना.
Need a drop. Embarrassing. Yes.
जा.
Right there.
ये होल्ड करना होगा. मोस्टली आएंगे वापस.
तेरा जंप ही आता रेस. मिड टॉप बॉटम दोनों है. राइट वाला
बॉटम है.
कोर्टयार्ड.
फिर भी सेज.
अरे बी साइड पे घुस गया भाई. ये तो बोलो. बी पे सब बी पे है.
एक स्पॉन है.
Spike planted.
What house? Left. Nice. Take my up. That's wrong.
Stand calm. We are Valorant.
एक राउंड ऑफ करूँ. शेरिफ शेयर तो बात. दो वन शेयर नहीं है ना भाई.
तो बस किल लेना बंडल. तो
अरे नहीं इधर से पिक देना.
हैंडल का स्किल.
डोंट डाई.
Yes.
जस्ट बी.
Yes.
Launching smoke.
उधर दो है तो उधर भी कर सकते तो. दो तो हैं कम से कम.
Going A.
लो कर दो.
ब्रिम अभी इधर है कोई. हटता तो. Nice.
Spike down mid. 30 seconds left.
Because none of these pieces can actually get to the king. And in the future, I might have an attack. I might. Black goes for a queen trade. Black is doing what you're supposed to do when you're restricted. You're supposed to try to trade queens and try to trade pieces. The more pieces you trade, the better. Let me tell you something. You get some sort of end game, which is like, okay, just C8. Obviously, that's not what's gonna happen. Black plays like G6. Take. Okay, look at the eval. The eval is dead zero. Whereas in this position, the eval is 0.7. Not all trades are the same. For example, bishop b7. Bishop takes, knight takes. White is still better here because white can get the rook. White can get like this, right? If white just plays a couple of lazy moves and black gets some activity, right? Like e3 and so on. Suddenly knight c5 and black is totally okay. Chess literally, you have 1 to 2 moves to prove your advantage. Just like in your favorite sport. It comes down to a couple of shots. All right? In football, it comes down to a couple of runs down the pitch, a couple of crosses. Maybe a penalty goes off the crossbar. Maybe there's a corner kick that goes wide. Not the corner kick, but the shot off the corner kick. Right? Like, so white has a limited amount of time. Rook c7. Active rook on the 7th rank. Black plays b5 looking to make a trade. The less pieces that exist, the better it's going to be for black. Super instructive move now. Bishop to g to h5. What you are trying to do is play where you are stronger. Black goes here, you are inducing a weakness. Now black's pawns here are held together by the f7.
एक मिनट पे घुस रहेगा ना. स्लो देम कुछ भी करो.
साइड घुसा नहीं ऑन.
अरे
अल्ट रेज ठीक है. एंटर करेंगे तो यूज कर लेना.
मतलब
मेन पे केजे है. स्पाइक अपने पास है.
W
हेड है. रहना तेरा गेम है. ब्लाइंड.
30 seconds left.
अरे इसने एक और लगा दिया.
Last player standing.
लंबोट भी
10 seconds left. Spike planted.
लो है तो वाह. ये दोनों से एक कंट्रोल.
अरे
लाइन करके कर ले लेता.
Pawn which might fall. Bishop g4. Another threat. Do you know what the threat is?
अपना रहा.
The threat is a tactic.
I might die ठीक है.
deep breath.
साउंड तो सी. A again.
Joke's over. You're dead.
अरे स्पॉन है भाई,
Enemy spotted.
स्मृति खराब है।
Boom.
रश वन, मार इसको भाई।
ए मेन पे, ए मेन पे।
नाइस, मैं करब देता। बहुत सही। गन टॉस कर दे अपना।
KJ
पता
35.
नहीं उसको पता नहीं, यहाँ पर है लॉबी पे। गन चेंज कर ले, तेरा प्लेस अननोन है उसके
होल्ड
पास।
कर, होल्ड।
Turret वैसे ही लग।
साइड आने दे।
ऊपर देख।
Last player standing. Spike planted.
टॉप एक।
Prepare yourselves. We fight once again.
तो स्मोक नहीं तो क्या करना था, राइट बोल।
Going B.
नेट। यहाँ पर बूम बॉट छोड़ अपनी।
टूटा नहीं है ना वो टूटा।
Oh fuck.
वेर।
एक मिड है। कोर्टयार्ड।
वन मोर।
आजा रीना, आजा ले ले।
One mid top.
और में
Nice round.
नाइस
Guns ले लो.
No more doubts. We're ready.
Impressive.
वो मस्त है बाकी।
क्या?
और अच्छा है। आजा, तू इधर पिक जा, मैं इधर पिक जा।
भी कोई नहीं.
कोई ना, अभी तक है। और भाई 3 जन है, इसलिए बोला था।
Well,
साइड जा सकते।
रुक।
रेंजर पीछे।
Last player standing.
अरे मिड से पुश कर दिया किसी लौड़ा, कोई नहीं देखा मिड।
सब मर
सेव
गए।
कर ले। कोई ना सेव कर ले।
सेव क्या, लूजिंग राउंड है, ट्राई कर।
ना ट्राई करने की कोई जरूरत ही नहीं है, ये सेव है, सेव कर ले।
Impressive.
अगर सब पे पैसा है देख ये मार के
Match point. I know what must be done.
ब्रह्म भाई वांडो था ब्रह्म
क्या चाहिए
वांडो
Go back.
बहुत बढ़िया
Joke's over! You're dead!
मिड
Raise that. Gun here.
कैटवॉक है कैटवॉक
स्पॉन क्या कर रहा है तो वाह
ट्री आए सोआ भाई
पिक देने की जरूरत ही नहीं है मिड पे यहाँ पर एंट्री हो गई है ये पे
ए प्लांटिंग नाइस
शेड निकाल लिया
अल्ट इजी
डाउन पे अल्ट करना डाउन पे राफ्ट में
जेट पे क्या
मेन इसका वो तोड़ दो ना कौन
राइट पे राइट नाइस
Drink some water, reload your mags, and let's get back out there.
Nope. Thank you.
मैं इधर जाऊंगा ना अल्ट करूंगा फिर
वेट करो कर लिया
नहीं Nice.
Yes, lobby.
नहीं चल बेटे nice
लोडिंग कितना मेरा को भाई
हुआ ये लो कुछ बचिया है
No.
दे दो भाई दे दो ले लिए क्या ठीक है
भाई अरे यार
नाइनटी लो यार हेल्प कर तू
You should run. Attackers win.
करना नहीं
The threat is knight f7, rook f7, bishop e6. Winning 2 pawns and pinning the rook to the king while these pieces are stuck on this side of the board. So now black has to play another pawn move. And by making black push 2 pawns, Torch just dips to the exact same position. A moment ago, this was the position. Now look at the position a couple of moves later. It looks like black made 2 more moves. But those moves benefit Torch. Takes, a pawn has fallen near the black king, and now, several moves ago, Torch began operations here, g4. Same side play. Do you know what the idea is? The idea is not to open. Let's say black just plays bishop e5. The idea, my friends, is potentially something like this to get a pass pawn. Maybe even h5. I'm not saying this is the best move. There is bishop to e8 in this position. But look at, you could literally get mated. You could get mated because of the way your king is open. King safety is everything. g4, take, rook d6, re-centralizing. It's completely even material. This is why this game is so fascinating and so instructive. It's 4 pieces, 4 pawns each, and 3 pieces each. But look at how effortlessly, rook a7, rook on the 7th rank, patrolling every square and all of these pieces. Knight f4, e3, knight d3. I told you, is it worth trading? Well, now this rook is overloaded. And there's a very nice tactic here. Rook takes a6. You may wonder, why did Ethereal even do that, right? Like, why didn't Ethereal just go back to f6? Then white would have went bishop f3. And let's say black just repeated moves. King h2, king g3. These pawns are stuck. If black plays rook b6 trying to win this pawn, white's not in any danger whatsoever. Like, rook takes b2, rook takes a6. So white would just slowly white might even walk the king. Bishop, I think white could straight up just play king g4. I mean, I guess there's knight f6 check, but then you would start hunting off these pawns. Black might play like rook b4, knight a5, right? So you're just losing the pawns. Knight f4, knight d3, and now look at this nice little tactic. 2 pieces versus the rook win 8 times out of 10. The only time they don't is if you allow pass pawns. If you allow this pawn to be taken, and then a3. For example, rook b6 in this position. King g2, there could be a tactic, it doesn't exist, but there could be a tactic in some positions where rook takes b2 is possible. And this pawn sneaks in because it's either queening or taking and queening, and you can't stop both. So there is a world in which white can save this position by sacrificing the bishop, checking, and coming back to stop the pawn. And then, as the king comes in, you play e4. e4, king b2, e5, king takes, e6, king b2, e7, and you queen when they queen. But my point is, if you don't blunder that, watch the way Torch does this. Torch walks its king to the center. Then it brings its bishop back to win the pawn. All Torch needs is a pawn trade. 1 pawn trade. Just 1. It needs 1 pawn to go up the board. It just needs 1 pawn. Its pawn now is going to march in coordination with the king and the knight and the bishop. And the only thing that needs to be prevented is the loss of this pawn. If that pawn falls, black is going to win. For example, rook b4, like something like this. I mean, this is a very bad situation for white. It's only losable because the pawn will get to a3, at which point, I mean, it's a nightmare to defend it. So knight takes f4, king f5, check, h5. We do that to create a blockade. Everything is guarding everything else. The knight comes back to d3, bishop d1, defending the pawn and kicking out the king, and there goes white's e-pawn. White's e-pawn is now 4 squares away from queening, and everything that black is going to do has to do with this pawn. This knight is defending that pawn, which is stopping both of these pawns from coming forward. Rook c7, the pawn is now 3 squares away from queening, but black still has a good grasp. So how is white going to win this? Bishop d5, bishop c6, trying to sneak around back, and now rather than repeating the position like, let's say, rook c4, white would have gone here, kicking out the king. King would come forward, and then e6 would be next. Let's say rook h4, e6, king f6, knight f4, knight g6, or knight d5, and then e7. And these pawns just never made it. By the time you go here, it's too late. I'm queening. Bishop c6, black tries to sacrifice the pawn and stop like this. King e3, bishop b5, bishop a6. You're trying to sneak around back. Knight f4, controlling and shielding the king, allowing the king to come forward. King e4, bishop c4, the pawn's gonna go to e6. There it is, 2 squares. Look how effortless this is. It's so amazing how well coordinated White's pieces were. King F3. Now you just got to give a check. There it is. Pawn's going to come. You don't even have to push it yet. You don't have to push it yet. Bishop D5. It's going to happen. Maybe you're not even going to push it at all. Bishop B5. Now you may wonder why E7 is not happening. It's I don't know. The computer evaluates this move as better. Maybe E7 will never happen. Maybe Torch forgot it has a pawn. There it is. Torch did this the perfect way. It blocked Black's king from even touching the pawn, and the rook is not on the back rank. So the rook cannot get to the back rank at all. The rook is trapped. Everywhere it would go, it would get taken. Now White is going to queen. Rook takes. It gets closer, but unfortunately, it is too little too late. I wish it would have promoted to something else here. But an absolutely flawless technique by...
केजे डोर बंद कर दियो इधर खेल
coming B.
ना देखो बढ़िया
Brim down, nice. Base spike.
Watching flank.
51 Sova. Left. Bro. Nice.
Why?
Partial skin, anyone? Skinny karna.
I'm watching here.
Bulldog कौन लेता है bro?
What the?
अचाना बहन शॉट bro. क्या है ये? Bulldog है इसके पास.
Careful, play together आराम से. Planting उनकी कारण साइड में.
Player standing.
By Torch to win this game. And what made this so impressive is normally these bots are playing like ridiculous refuted openings against each other and, you know, trying to survive.
Right.
This was just a Catalan position. If any of you want a new opening, play D4, C4, and play G3, Bishop G2, Knight F3, and Castle. Like, the Catalan and the pressure you put on people is so annoying. Doesn't matter which defense Black employs, you just put your rooks on D1 and C1, and you advance. The fact that you can stack a pawn to 3 pieces is just so absurd. It's so utterly ridiculous. Knight to A4 with pressure, and you don't even win the pawn back. You just...
They don't have a single life worth saving. I'm watching here. They kept it interesting. Nope.
Head बहुत मत जाओ सेज ऊपर
Impressive.
एक गेट को एक मिनट
Player standing. Planted.
अब मारते हैं भाई
completely restrict Black's play.
Check. Charges? Check. Buying.
है भाई
थोड़ा बोल के खेलते हैं भाई, थोड़ा बोल के थोड़ा communicate.
Revealing area.
फ्लैश है
बी मेन साउंड है
यहाँ सोवा है.
बी मेन भी है
Going B.
शॉट
बी
Enemy spotted. Reloading.
उसको सोवा ले जाएगा मैं बीच में.
प्लांटिंग भी
प्लांटिंग बचा ले.
नाइस शॉट में.
तीनों 143 तेज तीनों साइड पे है. सन तेज लो है.
Standing.
क्या बॉल है
क्या
यार,
कर
ये
रहे
माँ
हैं?
का भोसड़ा, इसकी माँ छोड़ दूं.
Slowly, methodically pulling the pawn back. Then you trade enough pieces stay on the board that things create threats. Develop into the second rank. Even
आना चाहिए था, राउंड आना चाहिए.
Remember, the weapon is only a Save.
सेव करो, सेव करो. मिड आते हैं लोग, गेट बंद करके हमेशा हार रहा हूँ. मैं करता हूँ, तू अंदर खेल जा. मैं अभी वॉकिंग कर रहा हूँ.
ए
with the queen trade.
Woman gun है उधर.
The second the knight took its eye off, he said Black wanted to trade queens because Black knew they were under pressure. But the second the knight took rook c7, you know that's the best square to put a rook.
Planted.
And then you go out that way, and then you induce a couple of pawn moves to get kicked out. But now you know they're going to be weaknesses. And just the second your opponent let you simplify like this,
You want more?
how effortlessly you coordinated.
I am 25.
Use that pawn to get past pawn the e-file. In no man's land, not closer to that.
जो भी
One
खेला ना
final
मादर
instructive
चोट
thing
खेल
about
नहीं पा
this,
रहा अपनी साइड पे.
F4 pawn takes,
ये तो
knight takes is
क्या एक
better
होता है
than
भाई
pawn
था ये.
takes.
किसने बोला भाई
Pawn
भाई क्या
is
तुम लोगों ने
सबका भाई है भाई, 3 लोगों का भाई था.
so close here,
तुमने तो सेव का कॉल दिया था.
but a
कोई
pawn in
बात
the
नहीं,
center
सामने करो यार, क्या
is
हो
harder to attention is drawn in, and the rest of the board can follow.
Don't stress if I die. It was great meeting you all. Also delete my hard drive. Reloading. We're taking a lava. Swamp grenade. Placing swamp grenade.
मिड पे भी
आओ ना.
दो बंदे मिड है, सोवा एंड ब्रीच.
Safe. One here.
केयरफुल.
बंदे थे.
बी अपने पे, ए केयर रखना सोवा. फुल बी अपने पे.
फोन भी आ सकते हैं.
ब्रो ए देखो सोवा, जाओ मत. ए आ रहे हैं.
Going A.
सोवा और ब्रीच, गैको तीनों है तो ऑल 3.
30 seconds left.
Planting.
Spike planted.
गिरा ओ यार हॉट
अरे भाई
अरे ए पे ढंग से खेल लो ना यार, ए पे कौन खेल रहा है भैंचोद।
ब्रीच में
1H6 and 1H5. What a game. I mean, I saw this game, I was like, I gotta share this because this...
यार 4 बंदे क्यों बी पे?
भाई कोई आ जाएगा
One full toxic.
This is a game that even
Oh, no,
500 can
yeah.
understand.
यार सारे एक साइड पे मत खेलो भाई
Maybe you won't play that well, like, you know, 500, you might go here, but it's a game that I can break down to you, and you can acknowledge the skill and the
Planting.
level at which this is played,
ये इधर ही है
and you can enjoy it, like watching athletes. You'd be like, that was amazing. Because they did a great
मन में
few
दिमाग
goals,
नहीं है।
but
सेकंड राउंड बुलडॉग लेके थर्ड राउंड बाया था तब भी सेव किया।
इसके अंदर है कवर हिम
केजे क्या है भाई ये?
नीचे घूम के आया है। अरे उसको तोड़ ना।
केजे ने क्या किया भाई?
I get what they're doing, and it's spectacular. So, great game. And every time Torch does something or Stockfish does something, I'm gonna keep you posted. I hope you enjoyed. And once again,
भाई बैक से मत जाओ दे आर होल्डिंग हाँ
Thank you.
मिड्स होगा रेना ब्रीच
ये आना हो तो बताना।
नाइस वन
रेना मिड था
स्पॉन ध्यान रखना रेना हो सकता मिडी है
रेना के
नाइस वन
मिड से
तो सपोर्ट कर दो
तेज बेटा
यार।
गैक को
मेडे पे हो रहा है।
Will not kill my ally.
तोड़ इसको तोड़ मार जल्दी मार।
एक बी मेन है बाकी 2 मिड है
क्या
Last player standing. There. Spike planted.
भाई 3 मार दिए, थोड़ा सपोर्ट कर देते उसका। फ्लैश है रे ना।
फिर वैसे का डाउनलोड अपलोड भी ठीक है, फिर भी पैकेट लॉस हो रहा है, फिर वैलोरेंट के चक्कर।
शॉटगन से मार रहा हूँ यार, तुम लोग एक मारो कम से कम। नेक्स्ट टाइप ही लर्क करते रहते हैं।
तो वह ब्रो बता भी सकता है मिड है वो।
कोई फायदा नहीं।
Enemy spotted B.
Spike planted. Last player standing.
तुम गुड।
You want to dance?
भाई मिड मिड छोड़ दो, मिड मत लो पीक। मिड छोड़ दो भाई, साइड पे खेलो, लेने दो उनको। बी का तो मार।
No prisoners.
Cover going out.
कितना अल्ट है इसके पास?
कवर है ना? ब्रो पीछे
कुछ नहीं हो सकता, कुछ नहीं हो सकता मेरा। ओह अच्छा